Picture this. A drone hurtling through an obstacle course at over 79 kilometers an hour. Sharp turns, narrow gates, split-second decisions, and racing against it, a 5-time national champion. A human who has spent years training his reflexes to operate at the absolute edge of what's physically possible. The human loses. It isn't close. Welcome back to the AI Guide. I'm David. Now, here's what I want you to stay for, because this story isn't really about drone racing. It's about something much bigger. Researchers just demonstrated something that has direct implications for how AI learns to operate in the physical world alongside us. And I'll get to exactly what that means for you and me by the end of this video. But first, let's set the scene. Real quick, if you're new here and you like AI explained in plain English, hit subscribe and tap the bell. I do 2 videos a week on the AI Guide, and I try to make sense of this stuff so you don't have to wade through the jargon yourself. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Also, please like, subscribe, and share, and support the channel directly on Patreon. The link is below. Okay, back to the drones. The research comes from a collaboration between the University of Zurich, which has been one of the world's leading labs for autonomous drone flight for years, and Google DeepMind. Their paper was published in May, just a few weeks ago, and what they pulled off is genuinely impressive. Here's the setup. They built an AI system using something called multi-agent reinforcement learning. Now, before that phrase sends you running, here's what it means in plain English. Instead of training one AI drone in isolation, they had multiple AI drones train against each other. Constantly racing, bumping into each other, learning from every mistake, every close call, every crash. Think about how human athletes get better. You don't get great at tennis by hitting against a wall. You get great by playing people who push you. This is the same idea applied to AI. The drones had to learn not just how to fly fast, but how to race, how to anticipate another drone cutting them off, how to handle the turbulence another drone creates right in front of them. That last part is called downwash, and it's a real physical challenge that human pilots deal with too. The result? Their AI drones reached speeds exceeding 22 meters per second. That's nearly 80 kilometers an hour, or about 50 miles an hour, while outperforming 5-time Swiss national champion Marvin Schepp in multiplayer race scenarios. On the best lap, the AI was nearly 20% faster. Over a full race, it was more than 6% faster overall. But here's the part that really grabbed my attention. And it's the part I said I'd get back to. The drones didn't just get faster, they got safer. Collision rates dropped by 50% compared to previous AI drone systems that were trained alone without other drones to compete against. Think about that. By training in a competitive multi-agent environment, by learning to race against each other, the drones became better at not crashing. They learned to read the space around them more intelligently. They developed what the researchers call zero-shot generalization, which means the skills they built racing against other AI drones transferred directly to racing safely alongside human pilots without any additional training. The researchers put it this way. The path to robots coexisting safely with humans may not come from building in safety rules. It may come from training AI systems in demanding, competitive environments where they have to figure out how to navigate around others on their own. This is huge for robotics. And it's a genuinely interesting idea. It's a long way from the image most of us have of a drone as something you fly in a park on a Sunday afternoon. Now, this isn't the first time the University of Zurich has made headlines with this kind of research. Back in 2023, they built a system called Swift that beat 3 world-class FPV drone racing champions in head-to-head races on a physical track. And I did a video on that. Check it out. That was a landmark moment. The first time an autonomous robot beat human champions at a physical sport in the real world. Not chess, not a video game, a real track, a real drone at real speed. And in April 2025, a team from Delft University of Technology went even further at a major international competition in Abu Dhabi. I did a video on that also, check it out. The A2RL Drone Championship, where an AI drone won a knockout tournament against 3 former world champions, reaching speeds of nearly 96 kilometers an hour, which is 60 plus miles per hour. The AI in that case was running entirely on board the drone using just a single camera, no GPS, no external computing, just a neural network making decisions in real time at 500 times per second. And this is why ultimately AI will be much better than humans. Humans can't process at anything approaching that speed. What the University of Zurich and Google DeepMind's new research adds to this picture is the multi-agent piece. Not one AI competing against humans, multiple AI agents racing each other, pushing each other, and in doing so, getting dramatically better together. And I have a really important point in just a minute. There's a pattern here that's worth paying attention to. In chess, in Go, in video games, or every time AI has been trained by competing against copies of itself in a high-stakes environment, the results have been extraordinary. This appears to be the same dynamic playing out in the physical world. So, back to what I said at the top. Why does this matter beyond the sport of drone racing? And I'm going to give you that huge reason in a second. Because the same capabilities that let an AI drone navigate a race course at 80 kilometers an hour while avoiding collisions with other drones are the same capabilities needed for delivery drones navigating crowded cities, inspection drones working inside industrial facilities, search and rescue drones operating in collapsed buildings where GPS doesn't work, flying blood samples to a hospital faster than a car can get through traffic, finding people trapped after earthquakes. Those applications have been the goal for years. The racing research is the proving ground. You learn to operate at the edge under pressure, and the underlying capabilities transfer, just like they did from gaming to drone racing. There's also a broader AI lesson here that I think is worth thinking about. The fact that these drones became safer by competing, not by being programmed with safety rules, but by having to figure out how to share space under pressure. That's a meaningful data point in the bigger conversation about how we develop AI that can work alongside humans reliably and safely. In other words, robots everywhere. It won't surprise you to hear that there are also questions being raised about military applications. Faster autonomous drones, better at avoiding obstacles, capable of coordinating with each other. That conversation is happening, and it's a serious one. But it's a conversation for another video, because the civilian applications alone deserve our full attention today. But that huge point I wanted to make, there have been massive civilian casualties caused by using drones in the Ukraine war. This new approach could greatly reduce civilian casualties and wartime uses of this technology, which is huge. Final thought, here's what I keep coming back to. That human champion, Marvin Schepp, 5-time Swiss national champion, spent years building skills that put him at the absolute top of his sport. And a system that learned by competing against simulated versions of itself in a training environment outperformed him on race day. Not because human skill doesn't matter, but because AI, when trained the right way, can now iterate through thousands of hours of experience in the time it takes a human to get a good night's sleep. That gap is only going to grow, and understanding where it's growing and why is exactly what this channel is here to help you do, so you're prepared. If you found this video useful, drop a comment and let me know what you think. I read all of them, even though it takes me a little time. Also, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to see it. And finally, please support us on Patreon directly. Your direct support of the channel is key. It really helps us grow, and your small dollar monthly contribution of $5, $2, or even just $1 really makes a difference. Thanks so much. See you next time. Take care.